so much fun.
Hey everybody.
Tuesdays. I've told you
Tuesday.
before that I hate Tuesday.
Well, you know what we learned this morning? We learned Lisa Washington was born on a Tuesday.
And so she actually likes Tuesdays.
Yeah. I was born on a Thursday.
How do you know that? I had to
my
look it
mom
up.
told me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was never
I
told.
wasn't really aware at the time, but Mom told me.
Google just told me this morning.
Yeah?
When I was born
Which
on a
was
Monday.
on a
It's even
Monday.
worse than maybe a Tuesday. I don't know. I have to say, okay, so I did this show for about a year and a half, basically by myself. I mean, I had a little bit of help from some friends along the way.
Right.
But I've mentioned having you here is kind of like finally having a work husband.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Right? Right? And so I like to envision that I had kind of the whole bed to myself, and now we have to pick sides.
Oh, I see your analogy here. Yes,
see
it's
how this
true.
works?
Well, we actually had a discussion about this when we started the show together. Which side are you going to sit on?
Right, and then we slowly found ourselves kind of positioning ourselves in the same spot.
Right.
So if we're standing somewhere else or sitting on the couch or in the kitchen, that I'm usually on this side.
Right, normally, yes.
And you're on that side.
I'm on this side. And what's
and
funny
it feels right.
It feels right. You just sort of figure that out. And our producer, Jill Neely, she saw Ray Romano talking about something very similar to this. When couples first get together,
yeah.
and you don't realize, you're making a monumental decision which side of the bed you will be on, because chances are you will remain on that side of the bed for the rest of your married life.
So Ray says that this is like a fundamental decision.
Yes, it's big time. Is that true for you and Frankie?
But
Are
it
you always on the
is.
same
Yes,
side?
when you put it that way. But it is. Yes, we tried once to switch sides of the bed.
Yeah.
It lasted one night. It did not work.
Did
I slept
anyone sleep?
awful.
Yes.
No.
Because it's weird.
It is weird. We have a window air conditioning unit, so he's always hot and I'm always cold. So he slept closer to the air conditioning. Even so, I would rather be freezing cold in the middle of the night, sleeping next to that loud air conditioner, than sleep on the other side of the bed.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
So do you do this, you and Gary?
Yeah, in fact, my husband Gary, when we first met like 14 years ago, and you didn't realize you're picking these sides,
right.
And so we go to hotels, we immediately go to those sides.
You
we
have
will always
That's
go
just
to those
how
sides.
it works.
And I sleep on the left side. So like if you were a car, I'm in the driver's seat.
Oh, is that how it is in life? Right now you're in the driver's seat. Now that I think about it,
Well,
you
that's
carried
true.
this. You brought me into your relationship.
No.
Is that what happened here?
I don't think we should read too much into this, Heather.
Ray Romano did. Fundamental decisions here, David. That's what I'm thinking. I'll just be the passenger. You go ahead and drive. I'm going to drink my coffee.
We are equal drivers in this relationship.
I love this. Well, we've been talking a lot about Valentine's Day, gearing up for the holiday, a lot of people planning big date nights and that sort of thing. But this is also a very lonely time of the year for a lot of people.
It's very true. For people who haven't found someone or are searching for someone, this sort of reminds them that they, aren't
haven't
with
found
anyone.
that special someone yet.
And one of the ways people, of course, try to find people nowadays is use technology. All these different websites and apps and.
So I have so many friends and relatives who use online dating sites, and not just one. It's not like back in the day when was it eHarmony? Was that one of the
was
first?
An early one. Yeah, I remember the commercials for that.
Right,
yeah.
and it was so corny. You're like, who would do that? And now it has expanded into this huge marketplace to find somebody.
Yeah, well, it's worked for some people, right?
Some, I think.
And in fact, there are folks out there who will guide you through the process, who will help you. And there's a woman in New York that does that, right?
And the reason why she does this is because, and these are some of the statistics that she has on her website, Spoon Meets Spoon. On Tinder alone, there are 50 million users. On Bumble, which is huge, Serena Williams just did a commercial for them during the Super Bowl, 40 million users. J-Swipe, 1 million users. So you have all of these people kind of converging on all these different sites using multiple platforms trying to meet that special someone.
Right.
And so she was helping her friends and maybe just giving some advice along the way. And her friends say, hey, you're really good at this Meredith woman from Spoon Meets Spoon. And so she decided, well, if I'm good at it, I might as well make some money.
So she's a ghostwriter. She will do your profile,
yes.
And she will give you pointers, and she will figure it all out for you. And I wonder what she says about what picture you use. Do you use a current day picture, or do you use one from 10 years ago?
Well, no, you have to be you. You're not you from 10 years ago. We saw your high school picture.
I don't know. Well, no. Thank you.
I'm
but that
not
was
me
a little
from
more
10
than
years
10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. No, but I, you know, like the autograph cards they give us, I like the picture from 10 years ago.
Well, yeah,
Keep
no, but
using that.
we all like that. we all like, oh, remember when I used to complain I was fat, and now look at me. You know, like when you look back at pictures, and I always think about that. But she has packages, different packages, anywhere from $300 to do something just for your profile. So maybe it's updating your picture. Maybe it's just promoting who you are, because self-promotion can be really difficult. Up to $2,000 per month. And she calls this the whole shebang, and she will be your dating fairy godmother.
Okay, so she leads you through the whole process.
Through the whole process.
For $2,000 a month, will she sort out the maybes and the nevers and all that?
She'll even contact you and say, hey, I think we're going to ask Joe out on a date. What do you think?
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, even to that extent.
You do have some say in it still.
A little bit,
She doesn't take total control.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this brings us to our list today.
Yes, in fact, some tips from Meredith Golden.
Yeah. From Spoon Meet Spoon. Okay, so she says this is some of the advice that she gives: to choose the right app. We just mentioned all those apps that are out there.
And that's very true, because some of those apps, people are on it looking for one thing, and some of them people are looking for something else. And you don't want to be shopping in the wrong place.
And she says to focus your search. And this really comes into determining who is actually good for you. Not like your dream person, because maybe that isn't the right person for you. But,
really?
But in our minds, maybe we have some vision of who that perfect person is, but perfect people don't exist. None of us are perfect, right? We all have our flaws. So.
I don't know. I think Heather Abraham's pretty perfect. It's true.
It's because you're in the driver's seat. That's why you're saying that. I'm just backseat driving over here.
Not true. Not true.
And also, perfect your profile. And again, this just comes into self-promotion can be hard. So she likes to step in because maybe you are really good at a number of things, but you're too, you know.
Well, people get modest, too.
They do, yeah.
You know, so it's hard to sell yourself. And from someone else's perspective, they can say, you know, here are all the wonderful things about Heather Abraham. We need to push these forward and put them on her profile.
Tell me what they are.
Well, I think there's too many to list here. We only have an hour.
I like this. So anyways, if you're looking for love, maybe in all the wrong places, there are some options out there if you don't want to do it alone.
Right. All right.